I put the game back on. I'm thinking Terrence gonna get in. At first, I thought like, okay, wants to be Terrence come in and he scores all the points. You know, he get the money.
I couldn't even. I was out with wifey last night on
Yeah.
Saturday night. I couldn't even. I couldn't. I was. I ain't wasting my $20 because I know I ain't. I couldn't even put no time into it.
Look, I had all my roster with 2 quarterbacks, right? And the best quarterback I had on my roster was Daniel Jones, and he threw 2 picks.
The Giants stunk. They played horrible.
He gave me 26
points.
And
he was the best. He was the best player on the field.
I was like, what the? And then
they were dropping passes, like hitting them in the hands.
Man, they ran
fields. Time to stink.
I had just picked up fields on fantasy football, right? I got 2 good weeks with him, and now he's hurt.
Who is this?
And then Justin Fields.
Oh, Fields.
Fields was still out there in the league.
Yeah, he was still in my league. In my other league, yeah, he was still out there. Because I mean, you had it's not a 2 quarterback league; it's a 1 quarterback league, and you need to stash other players.
This is right before he after he went on his first run at number 1 what you call it Kittle, and who is that the professional wrestler?
Oh, in Mexico?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He made him a Spanish wrestling mask.
Oh yeah. I seen that. Yeah. Kittle just scored a touchdown. I tell you this, next year, tight ends. Without a doubt, I'm not getting no tight end other than Kelsey. He's my number 1 pick next year. I guarantee you, I'm not picking no running back, no quarterback.
When do you think he's gonna fall off? Yeah.
After next year, I think. He still got maybe two more years in him.
He had a pace of it. I'm like, he ridiculous.
I know he got 1 more year in him. You know, but I tight ends, man. Mark Andrews, he's okay, but I'm looking at consistency, and only person that's consistent is Kelsey. Like
it would have been Kittle, but they have him blocking all the time and trying to keep him in the run game.
There's too many weapons on that.
So, man, let's get to it, man. And
I'd like to let everybody know that San Francisco's out there trying to do their thing. I'm hoping they get like 43 points.
About the defense, or you talking about the offense scoring 43 points?
The offense scoring 43 points. I tell you, man, Hopkins is just like, man, he's on a different level, man. This dude, no matter who quarterback, he won't get his targets.
What's nice was to come back soon.
Marquise. Oh, I picked him up too and got him on my bench, and I think I'm gonna pick him up.
Once again, I made the wrong call when it came to them damn Carolina Panthers quarterbacks. I picked up Baker Mayfield. I should just wait.
Why do you keep touching Carolina Panthers?
Look, luckily this time I didn't start him. It was just the fact he took up a bunch of money in my salary cap. But I should have just waited and picked up Colt McCoy.
I would have did that too.
Oh man, let's see. All right. So we talked about Wan'Dale Robinson, him being out. Any other injuries to note that you guys got? What's the name? Who was that went out with a concussion?
Mixon.
Joe Mixon. So he looked like more the way they're doing it this year, he's gonna miss at least a week from the concussion protocol situation. Wan'Dale Robinson, he done for the season, tore his ACL.
Kyle Pitts
is out for the season. Who else is it? Any other injuries to note? What you guys?
Kadarius Toney.
Hamstring. That's his new name. Hamstrung.
Hamstrung. There's somebody else. I'm looking right there.
He about to break this joint out. Ain't nobody gonna catch him.
Oh, Rondale Moore got hurt.
Yeah, I saw the ticket flashed up. said he they took him back inside. They
Whoa.
looked at or something like that.
You're a little ahead
I
of
must
me.
be. I might be ahead of you, Jose. What you just
Yeah,
said?
you're ahead of me.
Long run. Okay.
Yeah, you're there
I
teasing
was
me. I'm
like,
like, oh,
they
is
not
that
gonna
Dan
catch the
Brand?
dude.
That's the that's Dorich or something like that.
Dortch or something like that.
Yeah, he was one of my sleepers in the beginning of the season. But since Rondell Moore came, they haven't put him. I don't know why. Look, they got tons of receivers. They don't even use Robbie Anderson.
No, not really. Greg Dortch. Yeah, I remember his name coming up, but never.
I would have thought. Look, everyone out there, I want to apologize for Gene. This was supposed to be Gene's day. Come out once again. He missed out on, showcasing his team. I give it up to his team. His team.
He must have had a long day.
Mike Williams got hurt again too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He didn't finish the game?
What about Keenan Allen?
Keenan Allen finished the game.
Did he get hurt though?
He finished the game. What you mean? He always hurt. At this point, I think they all hurt right now. Yeah. It looked like Gerald Everett got hurt too. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for injuries. But what I am looking at is a good sighting from what's the name? Najee Harris finally.
Yeah. He finally had a good game. He probably gonna start picking it up.
And I had him on a bench in our league.
See, all those people you was talking about I cut, you see they ain't do nothing. Michael Carter, nothing. Kadarius Toney, nothing.
You got that spell on them, man. You mean
but at the beginning of the season I did have Jamal Williams too.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you this, right? And this for anybody out there too. Jameson Williams?
Jamal Williams from Detroit.
Yeah, he's coming back. Are you picking him up or thinking about picking him? Like, what's your take on
Jamal Williams is already back.
The receiver from Alabama, the rookie. Is it from Alabama? Yeah, from Alabama.
For Detroit?
Yeah, he's a rookie receiver, James Williams, I think. Oh, what's his name?
Oh, I'm not picking him up. I mean, it's too many receivers out there. I mean,
yeah, but he's a different class. He's a different class. Jameson Williams. He's designated return. He's not going to be returned yet. But see, to your point back in a couple episodes ago, where you said you're building your team for your playoff run.
Right.
He will be somebody will be in a playoff run because they're going to try to get him acclimated, get him to get out there and start like running. Him and St. Brown is the truth, man.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it depends on your league. In the league that we in together, I don't have enough space to wait for somebody like that to break out. Not through these bye weeks.
Right.
So,
well, we're coming down to it, man.
I already got two top 10, wide receivers. So I don't really, I'm happy with what I got, and they got decent schedules during the playoffs. So unless somebody get hurt,
you pick Ayuk back up?
Yeah, I picked them up. I mean, I got them for this week. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Somebody else got them.
You better keep them.
Man, I got Tariq Hill and I got Lockett. And both of them been performing. Like I said, Lockett top 10.
I still keep him. Because you got you can have him as a flex just in case, some matchup matchup purposes.
Aaron Rodgers starting to pick it up. He's starting to get me what I
Honestly,
need.
you got a squad except for Foreman.
Yeah, I need a running back.
We need to start posting our league out here and on this show, showing where we at, showing where we came from. You know, I had to work myself up from the middle pack to the 5th. And where you at? Oh, you at 6. I'm ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm at 6. I'm gonna stay at 6 this week because everybody ahead of me won.
Are you trying to go through these run down these games?
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and kick it off.
I know your time is precious, so is mine, especially with my games on.
Yeah, you want me to kick it off, or you want to?
Yeah.
All right, so Rodney gonna do that again. Okay, that's the Titans versus Packers. This was the Thursday game. The Titans took it down. Henry gave you a Henry type performance. 87 rush yards, 28 attempts, man. How is this even sustainable? Dude is a monster, yo. A rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown.
Yeah, that was crazy. Did you watch that game?
Nah.
Yeah, it was crazy how he did. He actually did almost like a Tebow, but what's crazy about it is that I think he can keep doing it and be successful with it because, dude, you thinking he's gonna run. I mean, you don't really think he's gonna pass, and he has the ability to jump ball and pass it. So I think that play might be coming back throughout the regular season. What surprised me was Ryan Tannehill's 333 yards.
Yeah, he's trying to keep his job. Treylon Burks, 7 receptions, 111 yards.
Yep.
It looked like Watson is for real.
Yeah, I believe that too. I think he's for real. I don't know how much he's available now, but I really do think he's the truth.
Yeah, I think him being in the lineup probably gonna open up things for everybody. You know, so I think the Packers could be a viable offense going down the stretch. All right. Let's keep it moving. Chicago, Atlanta. Bears lost 24-27. Go ahead, Jose.
I said this was a good game. I didn't think it was gonna be that high, but it definitely was a good game. Kyle Pitts actually had 43 yards this game on 3 catches. I thought Mariota was going to do a little bit better than he did in this game. He only went 131 yards, 13 for 20, 1 touchdown, and 25 yards rushing on 13 attempts and 1 touchdown, right? Going forward, man, I mean, I have him on my roster. I don't know. Is he going to still keep? What do you think? He's like top 12 quarterback? Mariota?
Mariota?
Yeah. I might be daydreaming on this, but he's been doing well for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe he ain't been on my radar, but yeah, I mean, just looking at his games.
And you talking about having a sustained. Oh man, I'm just looking at this play. Sorry.
Okay, he had a rush. Okay, so he got 4 rushing touchdowns. It looked like his rushing touchdowns kind of saving him a little bit.
Yeah, it is because he's been throwing some picks and some no touchdowns.
Yeah.
But what you think about Fields, man? You think he can keep it up?
Oh yeah, Fields look good, man. I mean, we gotta see about this injury, but yeah, Fields, he looking like I mean, you think about it, you know, how Lamar Jackson, when he first came out, you know, he wasn't doing it like that. And then eventually they just, you know, they start building around him, and then he started putting up those numbers. So, you know, could be potentially another situation here, you know, because he definitely got that field vision and know how to see the holes to make it, you know, put the ball down and run.
So Terrence, I got a selfish question here, right? So so I'm in this money league, right, with a couple of buddies of mine, and I got 3 quarterbacks, and I purposely got this Justin Fields. I just got Justin Fields right before he went on his run, right? So he's been helping me get that winning edge. I got all 3 of them for matchup purposes going into the playoffs, right? So Fields, the next couple games, Fields is playing Jets, Green Bay has a bye week, Philly, Buffalo, and then back to Detroit for the week 17. So my idea is this, and this is the question I had. I got Carr and Geno, right? But when I look at all the matchups, I can actually, like, I'm not going to use Fields. I'm hoping that I can make it all the way to the championship. If I do, Fields is going to start against Detroit. Because I don't know how he's going to play. How do you think he's going to play between the Jets, against the Jets, the Green Bay Packers, Philly, Buffalo? Because he got to go 4 weeks, and a playoff starts in 15. Week 15 is Philly. Week 16 is Buffalo.
Bella said you tripping. I don't even know what y'all talking about.
I like, and you said, so I'm not trusting Carr right now. I'm starting Fields over Carr regardless of the matchup. And,
you think?
Yeah, I mean that's just me.
Who is this?
But
he trying to go ahead.
So I got 3 quarterbacks, right? I got Justin Fields, I got Derek Carr, and just Geno Smith, right? So I got all 3 of them for game day purposes. For matchup purposes, right? So I got through my hump, which is the last 3 weeks with Fields. He had all easy defenses, so he just ran through them and got me the wins. But now I'm going through these hard weeks, going through the end, going into the playoffs. The one that has the easiest out of all 3 of them is Carr. But see, Fields gives you the more upside.
But say what's the teams though he playing?
So Carr's playing Seahawks next week, the Chargers, the Rams on week 14, week 15 New England, week 16 Pittsburgh, week 17 San Francisco.
That don't sound like those last 3 games don't sound good to me.
Well, the Pittsburgh sound better than Buffalo, Fields against Buffalo, or Fields against Philly defense. 15 and 16 is when Fields using those 2. So it's like, man. And then Geno plays. Geno plays Las Vegas next week, Rams, Carolina, San Fran, Kansas City, and New York Jets. So my question is, do you think Justin Fields could sustain that against a heavy defense, like a stronger defense? Because he's coming through like a tough round of defense coming up.
Man, what I do is this is where I go into, this is something Eugene don't have to do, because he's a great drafter.
No, he's going to have to do it now. He's going to have to do it now.
Oh, yeah, I see he's going through some injuries. So
look, let's see. What's Fields' situation?
Yeah,
that may tell you what you're going to have to do from that.
He got a shoulder.
Yeah.
But he got dislocated left shoulder. He dislocated his left shoulder, his non-throwing arm.
Right. So he may make the decision for you. He may miss a few weeks or a week or two.
Well, I don't need him for these couple weeks because I got Carr and Fields. What I need to figure out is in the playoffs. I'm trying to get into the playoffs. So once week 15, I got to go through the first round, week 16, 17. So the best matchup I have, Fields give you the better upside because he can run. And I just want to know, do y'all think
when the playoffs come, I go for home runs. You know what I mean? I'm playing my highest ceiling players because most likely I'm playing someone who can put up points.
Well, I was gonna say the only way I wouldn't go, I would go for floor if I'm playing somebody who got nothing but what you call this people who got to hit home runs. Like we got a bunch of all upside, no floor type guys, and I usually take it. It's hard to be too conservative in the playoffs, but I don't really risk it. But the three you got, that's not. It's only.
I don't know. I remember one time I played. One of my best memories is when I won the league. My team was terrible, but I stuck into the playoffs, and I was going against I think BJ. And
I think I remember BJ being hot.
Yeah, I started Tim Tebow.
Oh,
and it was that game when he threw that touchdown against Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts even more.
And I remember watching that game. I was like, Tebow, let's go. And I was starting texting that man, but I was like, let's go. Because I think he was like the number one team or something like that. And so when I came in playing Tebow, it was just like crazy. But look at this. So I like to go to the points against, right? So I'm looking at Philly, right? Kyler Murray ran for 42 yards on him.
No,
Kenny Pickett ran for 37 yards on him. Carson Wentz, 22 yards. Kirk, 20 yards. Like it don't look like they can be run on to me. This is from the quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I ain't see that. I knew the running backs on them.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I do is I just kind of look at it like that to see, all right, other people was able to do it. You know what I mean? And then I also look to see, have they played the quarterback like me like my player the whole year?
Yeah, it's on his team. Philly got a quarterback.
Yeah, but it's different though. It's different.
Yeah, that was my whole concern because the first week of playoffs, man, Fields is playing Philly.
At home or and you said Geno?
Yeah, at home.
Who was Geno playing?
In week 15, Geno is playing San Francisco.
Okay, so you don't want to do that one. Even though San Francisco ain't been lights out lately. They ain't been lights out on defense.
Okay.
They used to.
You trying to hurt my feelings, right? You trying to hurt my feelings.
I'm just saying.
But see,
actually, Mariota put up points on.
You got Carr playing New England week 15. So week 15 look like it's going to hurt either way. For my quarterback.
Your best bet is Fields because New England defense playing lights out right now.
Yeah, but you got McDaniels is going to be coaching that team, coaching against his old ball. So he's going to try to come up with every design. I don't know. I'm thinking too much.
I feel like Belichick always wins those matchups. Belichick always, to me, when he go against a former coach, it's always Belichick got the favorite. To me,
right.
And I feel like the other coaches be, they be scared. They be like, "Oh, they got my old boss, whoop my ass."
Yeah, man. I just want I got my question, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate the help.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we did hang on that for a long time.
Look, I was gonna say,
We waiting on somebody.
all right, man. So I know y'all covered the Thursday night game, and then let's
The
go
Bears.
Ravens. Anything that you did the Bears and the Falcons. So what you think about Cordell Patterson, man? He gave you the longest kickoff return in NFL history with 103 yards, which saved his day.
I like it because he verbally said that he tries to make up for fantasy points that he missed the last week. So I appreciate that, Cordell. I do. Keep it up.
And let me see. Nobody really, other than that, nobody really, worthwhile. Let me see. Mariota gave you 17. He only throwing 20 passes once again. I don't know if you can.
Algier, right?
Man, Algier end up with.
He had 55 yards rushing on 8 carries.
Yeah, but no touchdowns. So he only had 6.9 points on the day. Anything to say about this Carolina Baltimore game? I know one thing: Baltimore, their offense does not look good at all.
No, it does not.
And Jackson, he's been mediocre, right? You know what I mean? So one thing I will say is Robinson had 9 targets, 9 catches, 9 receptions on 9 targets, 128 yards, no touchdowns though. But you can't be upset about that. In his first game back, Mark Andrews had 6 for 63, so that was promising.
Can we talk about why
Baker Mayfield kills DJ Moore's production?
That's what I said.
He just kills it.
Mm-hmm.
They said his QB rating was like a 25. Like as long as he's back there, there's no point even talking about anybody in Carolina's offense.
He threw 6 targets to Terrence Marshall Jr. 5 targets to Steve. What's his name? Not Steve Smith. Shi Smith. Who is Shi Smith? Like, you listen.
Hey, Terrence. When Jose don't know a dude, you know him. He wasn't even in the game plan coming into the weekend.
Right. I mean, they just pulled him up from the practice squad.
Yep.
Man, you can't pick anybody on this team with Baker Mayfield out there. And Kenyon Drake, man. Ravens running back almost looking like Patriots running back then. Like, you don't know who's going to be the star running back.
Basically, Lamar Jackson for the most part.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson the star, yeah.
Yep. Kenyon Drake had the most carries outside of Jackson with 10 for 46, but no touchdowns. So
you think Robinson is the truth? Or is just this game?
Man, I'd like to see it again before I start talking about him, man. Being a factor going forward. I mean, because their offense, like if they put up 13 points, how much production are you really going to get if they're not averaging 21 points a game? You know what I mean? So, and you got to factor that with Mark Andrews. This was the first game back from the injury, so.
Yeah, but you got Likely. You got a backup tight end that's just as good as your number 1 tight end.
Who had 3 targets and one catch.
I just don't get it.
They struggling right now, and it may be because of the fact that he don't have any. His receivers have been out, and they're doing a running back shuffle. But let's go to try to get through some of these games. Cleveland Buffalo, man. Josh Allen, he looked. I don't know. He looked kind of pedestrian this game. Singletary gave you 16.7 points there, 86 yards on 18 carries plus a touchdown. Man, they waited for a long time. They really never got involved on the in the pass games. Diggs had 4 for 48 and a touchdown, but I think that was after he actually started going off on the sidelines about getting.
I saw that.
And look, the thing is, man, the number 1 point producer on the day after Amari Cooper was Jacoby Brissett. He had 20 for 41, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
I know he looked good.
Hey, he's trying to get a job somewhere.
Right.
About to come back.
Yeah.
He like, man, Gino can make it. I can make it.
Listen, I know one thing. I guess maybe he wasn't on the market because Watson was out. But I'm like, I don't know how Carolina didn't make a move for a quarterback. Like
They did.
Well, they thought they did.
They got Sam Darnold. They had Sam Darnold.
And then Baker Mayfield.
man, they should have did something at the trade deadline. Amari Cooper, he had 8 for 113, 2 touchdowns. So he got busy. He was a recipient. Donovan People-Jones, we talked about him on
You
Sunday.
did. That was a Jose call.
Yep. And let's see. That's pretty much it, man. The crazy thing is the production from a fantasy standpoint came from Cleveland side. They lost 31 to 23. Buffalo didn't really have much to talk. Oh, I will say this: Dawson Knox had 7. He was 7 for 7. Had 7 targets, 7 catches for 70 yards. He didn't score, but he showed that he's active in the passing game. So if you need a streamer or you need somebody to go into the playoffs, he might be a good one.
Shoot, you say you need a running back. If they keep running the ball like they doing, James Cook is good. He went for 86 yards, 11 rushes, 7.8.
Yeah, no, he did average 7.8 yards. But the question is, like, I guess you'd have, if they're gonna run the ball. What made him pick up Nyheim Hines? He had 1 carry.
They traded for him
for -8 yards, right? And then had 1 target. Like, you're not gonna use him. I'm trying to figure out what was the point. Man, look, do we need to touch the Jets and Patriots game? 10-3. They said the worst thing on television.
Man, Patriots defense been winning me games, yo.
Oh, look, I got them in other league.
I mean, the defense, they held them to 3 points.
That's what's the team, man.
They had 7 sacks.
What's name is terrible? The boy Wilson. I don't know why they just won't put what's name back in there.
Did you see the receiver?
I think they must be tanking. They must be like, look, just let him
Listen,
terrible.
You see the receivers talking about him?
Nah, what happened?
It was like, this is unacceptable. Like and then they asked Wilson, do you feel like it's your fault, or to some extent asking him was it his fault? He was like, no, it's not my fault. Do you know how windy it was out there?
Are you serious? Playing on the wind? Are you serious?
He went 9 for 22.
9 for 20. Look, he threw for 77 yards.
Yeah.
77 yards. But look, New England went much better. New England, their only touchdown came from special teams. So there were no offensive touchdowns this game. Look, we already spent too much time on that. All right. Washington and Houston.
Yes.
Man, Washington, the Commanders, man, look like they trying to at least.
They are. They looking impressive. They looking impressive. They actually winning the games they supposed to win.
Oh, look, so that's what I was gonna say. This looks like one of them games they supposed to win, and it was never in jeopardy.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It didn't come down to the last second.
Yeah.
One of the type of deals. So
I was like, this is definitely a trap game for us if you go by past games, you know. So
man, I'll say this: the run defense looked good. They held Pierce to 8 yards on 10 carries. Basically, took him out the game. Like
Baby's crying.
From start to finish.
Baby's crying.
For Washington, man, Brian Robinson and Gibson, we both getting big time carries. Gibson had 18 for 72. And
I like how they
15 for 57.
How they combine each other. I like their usage.
So now you can't. Man, we need another touchdown. Somehow Samuel got the rushing touchdown. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
Samuel vultured somebody's touchdown because one of the two supposed to have a touchdown based on the amount of carries they had.
I was disappointed on McLaren.
Yeah, 4 for 55. Logan Thomas though,
the whole game, they ain't really had to throw the ball like that.
Logan Thomas had a nice outing. 5 catches, 65 yards.
Don't get up.
He had a nice game. Let me see.
I gotta say, man, Pierce didn't do good. It was kind of hard.
Washington shut him down.
I had Pierce on my team, but I also was rooting for Commander. I was like, yeah, let's go pick. Oh, come on, man.
It puts you in a crazy position.
Yeah, Chase Young's supposed to be back next week.
Right.
Yeah.
What you think about? So now we got the Philly Indy game. Philly almost put out another one. and made it look good. Matt Ryan, he makes a big difference. And how they played. Taylor had 84 yards in a touchdown. Let's see, Pittman 6 for 75, completely different offense with a professional quarterback back there.
Correct. Yep.
Campbell had 5 for 67 as well. And let's see who else. On Philly side, Jalen Hurts, he still give you that rushing upside, 86 yards rushing. Anybody I know Fields was in the lead, was on record or on pace to break a record. But where's Hurts at? And his rushing stats for the year. Anybody know?
Who?
No,
Hurts.
He stopped running like that for like a couple weeks.
Maybe he had a few weeks where he didn't do too much.
Nah, he's only at 440 yards right now. But
really?
He was on.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's what 86-yard gain last week.
Yep.
On yesterday. Oh man, they got who's the band playing at halftime? I got the sound.
Oh, it looks like a ranchero.
They getting busy. They probably going crazy in the stadium.
Justin Fields got 834 yards rushing.
What?
7 touchdowns.
Ooh, he's about to get 1,200 yards this year.
Yeah, I mean Hurts right behind. So it's Fields. Jackson with 666, 3 touchdowns. And then Allen 483, 4 touchdowns. Then Hurts 440, but he got 8 touchdowns.
Y'all want to know?
He always getting the goal line stuff.
Y'all want to take a wild guess who leading the league in touchdowns right now?
Hold on. I just heard it.
Jamal Williams.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
He got 12 on the year.
Dang.
12 touchdowns. I'm not even sure what to make of that. 12 touchdowns. And that's on like 150 carries, somewhere around there. To finish off the Philly game, Devontae Smith, he had 6 catches on 9 targets, 78 yards. Watkins scored a touchdown, but other than that, not a whole lot, man. Indianapolis, they at least look like they not trying to tank. I have no idea what that move was about. I don't know if it was the owner telling him to bench Matt Ryan or
that was so weird. That was super weird.
Yeah,
or the coach was saying like, look, you know what? Screw you. I play who I want to play. I'm like, dude, why would you do that? You'd be like, yeah, I'm benching him for the whole year. Who makes that type of proclamation?
Yeah, he's done for a year. It's like you never hear that. It's like it was such a weird thing to say.
Right. Oh man. So Rams versus Saints. The first thing that pops out of my mind is that if they ain't bench Dalton after those 2 pick sixes, and now he came back and throw 3 touchdowns, I don't think James will get in this year. That's the injury.
Hey, but what I tell you about
look. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Johnson had a touchdown on 3 catches, 47 yards. Man, Olave got busy, 5 for 1.
Yeah,
he had 5 for 102 plus a touchdown. Taysom Hill, you still got him turned, or you let him go?
I had to let him go, man. He gave me a donut.
Once
you give me a donut, I can't be on my team no more.
he didn't score a lot, but he gave you 52 yards rushing on 9 carries. Man, listen, I don't think it's anybody worth even talking about on the Rams except for Higbee maybe and Robinson.
We had a Cam Akers sighting.
We did. He had 14 carries, 61 yards. So, that's fantasy wasteland. Oh man, they doing another what you call it? Avatar?
Yeah. It's coming out in December.
I thought when they what you call it? They re-released the original. I was like, what would they do? What happened to the sequel?
Man, I just saw Wakanda finally.
Oh, you saw it this weekend?
Yeah, saw it this weekend. Man, that movie was amazing. I don't know if it's because I ain't been in the movies in a long time, but I was in there like this.
Popcorn.
I ain't even need no popcorn. I was like, this is good. My son, he read a lot of comics, so he knew about like the Mariner dude. The little,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't know anything about him, but they say he was in the
like,
comics
he's in the
already.
Hulk comic. I was like, what? How you
Oh
know
really?
about the comic? Yeah, but just a good movie, man. Just a good movie, yo. It's highly entertained.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt, man. Like, man, it was definitely left feeling like I got my money's worth.
Yeah, definitely. Because movies. That's the problem. Movies, they got some making up to, because they got us for a lot of years.
Yeah.
The preview. You know what I
Right.
mean? A lot of years we watch that preview, then we go in there and
Suck.
it'd be just terrible.
The
terrible.
best part was the previews.
Yeah, but now I feel like they like, look, we can't do that no more. We killed our own industry. If we want to make it back, we got to start making some
Hey,
good
look,
movies.
the gig is up.
Right, I know.
I know, especially
Like,
with Netflix and all them coming out.
Yeah, it's like you gotta
You know,
have that whole
game up.
experience, man. I was like, okay, the movies is back. Movies is back.
Soon they gonna put you in a VR, be like, here, you're in the movie now.
Right.
Here's lines.
I like it. Do something. I feel like all you need to go out of business and try to find that way back. Because
It said Justin Fields day to day with the left shoulder injury. It says Robert Saleh not committing to starting Zach Wilson. Really? It took him to implode, huh?
But they got Flacco on as the third quarterback. I think that's a head coach thing right there. I mean, not head coach or owner.
Gotta be something. So next game up, man, is not a whole lot from a fantasy perspective to talk about, except for the fact that Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs are a real deal. The Vegas-Denver game, Vegas won 22-16. Jacobs had 109 on 24 carries. And Devontae Adams, 7 for 13 targets, 7 receptions, 141 yards, and 2 touchdowns, one of which came when he was wide open on the post corner to win.
Oh yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
And so I'm not sure what to make of that. I don't know if it was the miscommunication. I don't know if it was bad play design on the part of bad defensive scheme and just a perfect play call. But we know that he shouldn't be that wide open in overtime, where he can just walk into the end zone by himself. So those two dudes, they got busy. We talked about Carr. Man, quietly, man, Carr, he's been, pretty much middle road most of the year, but because Aaron Rodgers and, folks like Rodgers, Stafford,
Let's see, Carr.
and Russell Wilson has been so bad, Carr has really been probably one of the, everyday starter or every week starter for the most part. In 12,
and a
12, 14.
quarterback. Yeah.
So let's see here. Anything from the Broncos side of it? Murray looks like he's the number one running back.
I know they cut Melvin Gordon.
Are you serious?
They cut Melvin Gordon?
They waived him.
Are you? I just read that Murray had.
I'm glad you say that. I need to go pick up Latavius Murray right now.
Yeah, I know Murray. He I was getting ready to say, it looked like he got a firm grip on the backfield. He had 17 for 49 and with a touchdown.
Yeah, because Chase Edmonds, he's out. He's out. I think he's on IR.
Dolchich, he didn't do much. He had 4 catches on 5 targets for 30 yards. Man, what Melvin going away? That's interesting news.
Yeah, they just waived him because he said he had his 5th fumble.
Man, dude,
he's done.
Man, how Mike Singletary said, can't win with him. Can't win with him. Oh man, I like Melvin Gordon too.
Yeah, I like him too, man. And honestly, man, quiet as he kept. He got like what 7,000 yards rushing, 8,000 yards rushing,
something like that. But he was originally like Najee Harris was last year, where basically he was getting so many carries that he would outperform. That's how he was. He was early in his career. Melvin Gordon, he was just kept feeding the ball. And that's the crazy part about it. Like the fact that he used to be a volume carry guy, and he just developed this fumbling issue, this fumbling problem.
You better go to Tiki Barber School of Fumble.
Right, because he was almost out the league because of them fumbles. What I can ready to say is next game, man, which was exciting. It was a blowout, but it was exciting nonetheless. This Cowboys Minnesota game, we call this the Debo game, where they snatched
I don't think we
snatched all the Cousins jewelry.
Bet you won't be on the plane next time.
Man.
And that's Kirk Cousins. I wish Eugene was here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Big time game. You just like, what happened? What happened?
Hey, Pollard went off in this game. Yeah,
Pollard went crazy.
How he outperformed CeeDee Lamb?
6 targets, 6 receptions, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yep, pretty much all the day's work apparently.
Look, I'm surprised. Did Gene win this week?
Yeah, Gene looks like he gonna get the high score again.
Because he got Pollard.
He got Pollard. Did he got Zeke too? He
got Pollard and Zeke. They both.
So that's what.
Because I was in the running for number one.
That's four touchdowns between them. Pollard scored twice receiving, and Elliott scored twice rushing. That gave you 20 points, 20 and a half points.
Yeah, because look,
2 TDs.
I was projected to be the number one highest scorer this game, this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
He just blew right by me.
How many points Gene got right now?
157. 153.
Wow. 153.
Pollard gave him 38 points. 38.90.
38.9
and he had Dallas defense.
Oh man, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Yeah, he did his thing.
So he Gene he got 153. I'm trying to get over 90.
Hey, I want when we get on next Sunday, I want to remind him. I want my flowers for telling him to pick up Donovan Peoples-Jones. He gave him 17.10 points.
Oh, he did pick up. He did pick up Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yeah, right. He picked him up because he had just found out Nicole Harmon was out.
yeah, I remember that. Oh, my girl Lisa Salt, she's still on the show. I ain't know that. I know she's still doing the sidelines. All right, man. We just go ahead and wrap it up with last 2 games. Bengals beat the Steelers 37-30.
Man, I did a prop bet. Mixon, 1 touchdown. That's all he needed. 1 touchdown.
Look, you picked the wrong running back in their game.
I'm like, he just scored 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, Samaje Perine gave you 3 of them.
My man just scored 5 touchdowns. He can give me 1 this week. Killed me.
What do you think about was it George Pickens or
who? The quarterback or
the receiver?
The receiver.
I always get them mixed up. Pickett
Pickett the quarterback, and he gave you 16 points. But Najee Harris gave you 2 touchdowns. You should have put your prop bet on him. 20 for 90. Still ain't over 5 yards to carry. But he gave you a touchdown. And Pickens gave you 83 on 4 catches with a tub as well. Oh, and let's not forget Freiermuth. 8 catches, 79 yards.
Oh yeah, he's my number 2 tight end that I'm gonna pick up next year.
I said now that Claypool gone, he getting all the middle of the field targets.
Yep. Right,
so if mixing up, man, how confident are y'all in starting picking up Samaje Perine and streaming him for the week?
Oh well, you gotta check because I think he got hurt. But if he healthy, you gotta play him because he looked. I don't know if you watched it. He looked fresh.
Yeah, he looked fresh.
Yeah, I mean, he actually looked better than Mixon to me. Mixon to be running the back of the lineman a lot. You know what I mean? But Perine was out there balling.
Higgins was balling, man.
Yeah, man. So Higgins ended up with 9 for 148. Right, saved my day in the DFS.
I know.
All right, last game. Chiefs Chargers. Chiefs 130-27. Herbert, man, can't seem to keep away from the turnovers. Man, he had 2 touchdowns but one turnover, and even gave you 17 yards rushing for 20 points. Eckler gave you 83 yards on 19 carries. He didn't get too involved in the passing game this week. He only had 2 catches on 2 targets. Keenan Allen 5 for 94. Oh man, how soon did Mike Williams go out? He only had 1 target for 15 yards and 1 catch for 15 yards.
One big catch. That was it.
Man,
yeah, 1 big catch on the sideline.
Let's see. Oh, Palmer 8 for 106 in his absence.
He went off, man. He looked good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He definitely had a good connection with him. And Keenan Allen still don't look healthy to me.
No. You see him pull up and that long pass? It was like a deep sideline pass, and he reached, and the way he looked, like he reached out, he looked awkward. Looked like he pulled his hamstring just trying to reach out to grab the ball. That's why I asked, was he hurt? Oh.
And
17 to 10.
Kadarius Toney is still
he got one give you 1 target.
I recommend dropping this guy. I know he has the most hype.
Oh,
he's the most hype person. It's almost like
he gonna give you 1 glimpse. He gonna tease you. He gonna put in
it's almost like the
he got me like that before.
What's the dude who kept smoking weed? We kept thinking he was gonna come back.
Oh yeah, he played for the Browns.
Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon. Yeah, he was It's like after you just kept hyping him up after that. He was like, oh, he gonna get it. Everybody would pick him up. He gonna go off. Nope. He ain't gonna go off no more. He done. Yeah.
I rode that Gordon train a few years. Nigga, he was like he'd be suspended. Like I'm a stash him.
Right. Because he came from out of nowhere. You know what I mean? That was a crazy time. Man.
Note on.
Sure.
Wow, you see that whole thing?
Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit maybe. I'm on the first thing I see is Juice.
Oh, you'll see it in a second.
Houston.
So Pat Mahomes proving again that I think he's still the number 1 quarterback in the league. With all the
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, him and Kelsey number 1 tight end.
Right.
I mean that connection. I mean to lose somebody like Tyreek Hill, and we see how good he is.
Right.
And still to look great, like
you gotta admit. I knew it. There you go. I knew you see it in a second. I knew it coming.
Yeah, he looked like a truck running, man.
I was trying not to spoil it for you.
Dude, I would not try to tackle him. Debo is that dude like
he's a big dude.
Yeah, man, he just thick. He just look like he when he runs, he look like he hurt himself. He hurt people when he's running. Like, yeah.
So KC, Pacheco gave you 15 carries, 107 yards. Kelsey, man, 6 receptions, 115, 3 touchdowns. Like, I don't know what you can say. Like terms like you were saying, man, he lose Hill, and then you got a mismatch of different receivers that come in.
Skylar Moore.
Watson, Fortson, Gray, Valdez, Scan, Kadarius, my hamstring hurt again, Tony. Man, these jokers. Man, he's good, man. You can't do nothing with him. Between Andy Reid, Pat Mahomes, and Travis Kelce, man, they're gonna make it work. They're gonna make it happen.
Right.
So that's it, man, for the games. Let's hear it, man. Your waiver.
So I'm
for the week.
I'm gonna help out Terrence this week for waiver wires. For running backs, you have hold on, my bad. I had it. All right, so you got Latavius Murray, he's a free agent for you. You can pick him up.
Who's that?
Latavius Murray.
Oh, Latavius Murray.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Harris, he's available in our league.
Let me see what my bank account looking like.
Yeah, Matt Breida from Giants. I don't know how much you want to invest in him. Yeah, bro. And for wide receivers, if you're anybody looking for wide receivers coming out, I know. Let me see, what's his name? Treylon Burks. He's only 20% owned, so he likes he's somebody that they're gonna try to feed him the ball. And I kind of like Tutu Atwell, because of speed, but I wouldn't pick him up. I'm just telling y'all, don't get fooled with the speed. And that's it. That's all I got.
You got anybody you want to talk on this week turns?
No, he said that P. Ron and Latavius Murray was.
I didn't say Pete Ryan.
If
I'm not taking.
Oh, you don't think that's a good pickup?
Nah, I don't.
Man,
for you,
Cincinnati.
For next week?
No, I'm saying if Mixon is out, if Mixon is in, yeah. I mean, he scored 3 touchdowns this week. He's gonna be hot off the waiver wire. So yeah, him. I mean, right now it's next man up is what, Sky Moore in Kansas City. I mean, I mean, somebody got to catch the ball. It can't just be Kelsey the whole time, right? So, he got 5 targets, 63 yards. So, watch that injury situation. Yeah, that's all I got. Oh, and who I said earlier is Akers. 14 attempts, 61 yards. Everybody was high on him beginning of the year. It could be they about to start using him how we all thought he was going to be used at the beginning of the season. So, so yeah, definitely if he's still out there, work for handcuff.
Yeah, I agree. One thing you got to keep an eye on is the quarterback from the Jets. If they do bench Wilson,
oh man, that'll change the whole dynamic.
Oh my god, change all the
receivers get upgraded. Yeah,
you might as well pick up all the receivers from
So I got who I got. Let me see if anybody you guys did not mention. All right, so Jawan Johnson, I think he's still out there. He's only 24% on, right? If you're digging deep for a tight end. James Cook, Buffalo running back, might be somebody you want to target as well if they're going to make a conscious effort to to run the ball. I'm still like the Samaje Perine pickup, especially if you're competing for a playoff spot. If you need somebody for the week, and maybe a week or two, right? Because you never know with these the new protocols. I definitely think you can put them in there. Donovan Peoples-Jones, man, he's still only 42% on. So I think he's still, if he's out there, he's still somebody you need to pick up.
Yeah, but it also depends on Watson. If he comes back and you don't know how that chemistry is going to be.
Well, he's got another. He can play in week 13 is when Watson come back. So he's got him for another week. And then there is, I'm gonna say Darius Slayton, only because it's at the point now that there's not too many other receivers there for the Giants, so somebody got to catch the ball.
Yeah. You're a low-key Giants fan. This whole year and last year, you've always been getting people from lines. Is Jones?
Man, I like Jones, man. I should have kept him. I got impatient. So yeah, so that's what I got, man. Fellas, it's been real. Anything else? Anything else for the good of the order before we go? Belly got something?
Belly got something? You got something to say? No, you all done? Guess you all done.
All right, that'll work because I'm sure she had more to say next time.
Right.
I'm getting back in the league on Sunday, Rodney, to stop your streak. So.
Oh no, I'm committed to win it.
I'm gonna stop straight.
I'm gonna create another account and make another team. They be like, who's
like that's me too. That's me too.
Who's Wax and Lulo?
Oh yeah.
All right, fellas.
Cool. All right.
Later.
Hey.